I really like St. Paul's, and I like the chandeliers.
Hello, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my journey to St. Paul's. It started a little over, 13 years ago. Prior to St. Paul's, I grew up in a variety of denominations and churches. At the end of my first marriage, I felt a little bit betrayed by the church and disconnected. So when I met this wonderful woman on the internet about 12 years ago, and we started to get serious, we started talking about churches, and she grew up at St. Paul's and has been here since the 70s. So I was interested, and we visited, and as things progressed and became a little more serious and we got engaged, we decided to go through confirmation together. She missed that as a child, and so we did it together as adults. Following that, became very tied to St. Paul's in that I was married here 10 years ago. My children were baptized here. And as we progressed in our relationship with the church, we decided to pledge to give money that the church could count on for their budget. So we pledged, and I'm an analytical kind of guy, so I had to figure out exactly how I was going to come up with what I was going to pledge or what I was going to promise the church that I would give them for a year. So I looked at what the average pledge was, and we just increased it a little bit more than what the average was. Every year following that, we've increased our pledge, and that allows St. Paul's to continue its mission and provide services to the community and to the congregation. And this last year has been very difficult for our family as well as many families, more difficult for many others than for us. About a year ago, I was really struggling with my job, and I was praying about it. My values no longer aligned with the values of my employer, and that was causing me lots of problems. And so I prayed about it. In about 4 or 5 months of constantly praying about it, I was like, God, you got my attention. I got to do something different. And so I laid it on my heart to resign, because you just can't live not aligned to your values. And so I did, and then 2 weeks later, the pandemic hit and the world shut down. So not exactly what we were planning. And we went for 5 months during the pandemic with nobody really hiring anyone. And it got really stressful at the end, because it's like we continued our pledge every month, even though I wasn't employed, and our income was significantly hampered by that. And towards the end there, I was like, God, something's got to give here. I mean, things are getting tight, and just so happens he answered our prayers, and I received a job offer that I accepted that was better than my last, and we increased our pledge that year. So as we've done better, we've increased our pledge. We plan to increase our pledge this year, and I would encourage you to do the same.